Good afternoon. Welcome to the September 25th, 2025 work session of the Henrico County School Board. We are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance and the moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the approval of agenda. Colleagues, is there a motion?
I move that the school board approve the agenda for today's meeting.
Moved by Ms. Kinsella. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Irving. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. The agenda has been approved. The next item on the agenda is closed session. Colleagues, is there a motion?
I move that the school board go into closed session for the discussion of matters covered under item A1 of section 2.2-3711 of the Code of Virginia 1950 as amended pertaining to the assignment, demotion, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific school board employees.
Moved by Mr. Irving. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Young. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. We're now in closed session. We'll resume it in open session at its conclusion. Welcome back. Colleagues, is there certification of closed session?
I move that the school board certify by a recorded vote that to the best of each school board member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted under the open meeting requirements of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act and identified in the motion authorizing the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered in the closed meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Irving. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Young. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Closed session has been certified. Dr. Cashwell, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Good afternoon. Today's item for the work session is something we're delighted to bring you, and that is an update on the momentum of the career ladder, some highlights and next steps. I know you've received a number of updates along the way when this innovative initiative was launched. So Dr. Hughes and Dr. Weston will provide that update.
Thank you, Dr. Cashwell. Good afternoon, Chair Shea, members of the board, and Dr. Cashwell. As Dr. Cashwell said, my name is Leslie Hughes, Chief Learning Officer for Henrico County Public Schools. And today, Dr. Weston and I, the Director of Professional Learning and Leadership, will provide an update on the HCPS Career Ladder, sharing our progress and future plans. As we begin, it's important to highlight that the Career Ladder aligns directly with the division's new strategic plan, Journey to 2030, particularly the focus to recruit, engage, reward, and retain highly qualified staff. This alignment ensures that the Career Ladder is not just a program, but a direct extension of the division's vision for staff support and student success. Today, we'll take a quick look back at the onset of the Career Ladder, the current reality, and what lies ahead. As a reminder, the Career Ladder offers differentiated pathways for professional learning with salary advancement. Over the past 3 years, the program has expanded steadily, with data showing a consistent and positive impact on both individual participants and the division as a whole. Staff who took part in these professional learning opportunities are 4 times more likely to remain in the profession, which strengthens student achievement by keeping highly qualified educators in classrooms and support staff in the vital roles they fill. This impact has been evident since the program's inception, underscoring the value of meaningful learning opportunities and varied pathways, including internal options at no cost. Let's take a look at the Career Ladder. Let's take a look now at how the Career Ladder has expanded and how it continues to drive staff retention and student success. At this time, I'll turn it over to Dr. Weston.
In March 2022, the school board approved the launch of the inaugural Career Ladder. It was and continues to be the only of its kind across the nation, a career ladder anchored in professional learning. The 2022 ladder began with Henrico's largest group of employees, educators plus other identified personnel. The ultimate goal was retaining staff by pairing professional growth with financial compensation, allowing educators to increase their salaries while remaining in the classroom. The educator ladder offers 3 options for salary advancement. Staff can earn a doctorate degree, achieve advanced certifications such as National Board, or successfully complete HCPS specializations. Through these options, eligible staff may earn up to a 15% pay increase. While doctorate degrees and advanced certifications are external opportunities, specializations are developed internally by HCPS staff, creating learning experiences that are directly related to our division's work and are offered at no cost to participants. In January 2023, the first 2 specializations were introduced with 48 participants. Within months, those participants became the program's strongest advocates, creating a buzz that spread quickly across the division. What fueled this momentum wasn't simply positive feedback, but the experience itself. The coursework was energizing, the learning was relevant, and the practical application made the work immediately meaningful. Combined with the power of learning in a cohort and the connections built through networking, anticipation for what would come next developed naturally. By the start of year 2, participation had doubled, and that early momentum quickly translated to growth. The demand for coursework opportunities within the Career Ladder continued to grow. What began as 48 participants in year 1 expanded to 6 fully enrolled specializations in January 2025, including 2 classes of teaching and learning, 2 classes of diverse learners, 1 class of trauma-informed educators, and one class of our newest specialization, adult learners, which launched for the first time in January 2025. Along with this growth in both participants and offerings, 8 members of the Career Ladder adjunct faculty are themselves specialization completers. Their firsthand insight enriches their teaching and further strengthens our program. The knowledge gained through the design and implementation of the Educator Ladder guided the development of the next 2 Career Ladder expansion groups, ensuring each new pathway builds on what we've learned and continues to expand opportunities to staff. The fall of 2024 saw the creation of our second Career Ladder pathway, the Classified Employee Ladder. This expansion broadened opportunities for growth and advancement for more staff across the division and reflected our commitment to recognizing the impact of every role on student success. The Classified Employee Career Ladder includes office professionals, bus drivers, and instructional assistants. Like the Educator Ladder, this expansion was designed to recruit, engage, reward, and retain high-quality staff, many of whom work closely with students and families every day. We are excited to share that additional staff groups will be added to the Classified Employee Ladder in coming months, further extending opportunities across our schools and departments. In January 2026, the Classified Employee Ladder will expand, opening professional learning and advancement opportunities to an even larger group of classified employees. This expansion will add 30 new positions, including school security officers, family advocates, and members of our school nutrition team, among others. All newly added staff will be contacted prior to January to receive ladder updates and learning information. Building on the opportunities available since the ladder's inception, this growth will extend the same meaningful professional learning to a wider audience. Monthly sessions ranging from 3 to 6 hours include opportunities such as technology training, de-escalation strategies, time management, customer service, workflow strategies, and book studies like Better Conversations. With sessions continually added, staff will have ongoing opportunities to strengthen their skills while enhancing the critical roles they play across the division. Let's take a moment to hear directly from a few of our classified employees.
So the Career Ladder for classified employees offers a personalized learning experience for office professionals, bus drivers, and instructional assistants. I think the biggest perk, though, however, is that it allows for salary progression based on earned credit hours.
We were afforded an opportunity to better ourselves, learn more. I felt that it was time to get started, and I really went up the first rung already. I attained the 48 points, and I learned a lot along the way, and it was exciting.
You get to meet new people, learn new things, make new relationships, have things that will help you not only in your job, but seriously in your everyday life.
Well, I like that it has hands-on, and I like the idea it was team building activities for us. You know, you can learn something new every day. You never stop learning. So I really like the program.
It allows them to advance based on what their current responsibilities are, but they can articulate and kind of dream about what their advancement goals are. And we can work together and try to come up with a plan for them to take the classes that meet both of those needs.
You get to see things you didn't even know existed. You get to learn things you never knew were out there. And I think, honestly, you get new strategies and new ways to cope with things, whether it be problems or personality conflicts or anything else for that matter.
I've taken courses on AI and boosting productivity in the office, organization, conflict management. All of these classes has helped me so much.
School nutrition likely coined the phrase "too many cooks in the kitchen," and we have kind of a controlled level of chaos every day. And the communication classes that the central office staff has been able to take have really helped in communicating with those individuals in the kitchens.
And what you walk away with is a sense of being valued by the county because they want you to succeed and stay current. How can you beat that? It's a win-win situation.
The third career ladder pathway is the school leader ladder, which includes principals, associate principals, and assistant principals. This pathway recognizes the essential role leaders play in shaping teaching and learning across our schools and specialized programs. Leaders engage in learning that deepens instructional knowledge and strengthens school culture to better support teachers and students. In alignment with the division's focus on recruitment and retention, the school leader ladder is designed to keep high-quality leaders in every school. Just like the educator ladder, the leader ladder offers clear routes for professional growth through earning a doctorate degree, pursuing advanced certifications, and completing internally offered specializations. The first specialization for the leader ladder, instructional leadership, began in January 2025. It aligned with the educator specialization of teaching and learning. Both specializations focus on the components of the HCPS instructional model, one through the lens of a teacher and the other through the lens of a school leader. This first specialization includes 23 leaders representing all 5 magisterial districts and all 3 levels, elementary, middle, and high school. Like the educator ladder, school leaders will conclude their year-long learning at Portfolio Defense Night in November, where they will share their learning experiences and the practical application of their learning. The school leader ladder will see its first expansion in January 2026 with the launch of a second specialization, adult learners. This addition opens the ladder to 25 more leaders, extending the reach of learning experiences across more schools. Building on the success of the first year, leaders who have completed the instructional leadership specialization also have the opportunity to apply to serve as adjunct faculty, teaching and mentoring the next cohort of participants. This not only strengthens the programs, but elevates the voices and expertise of our own leaders. And because we're always seeking new ways to grow, a focus group of school and division leaders will begin exploring future pathways and leadership-specific learning opportunities that may extend beyond a specialization track. This ensures the ladder continues to provide meaningful options that reflect the individual growth needs of our leaders across the division. Together, these 3 ladders demonstrate how HCPS Career Ladder program both aligns and advances the goals of our strategic plan. In addition to the 3 ladders we have shared today, planning is well underway for a 4th pathway designed for members of our operations and facilities team. This ladder is tailored to the essential work of our facilities staff and mirrors the structure of advancement currently in place for county government employees. Through this pathway, employees will gain the skills needed to become eligible for positions with greater responsibility and corresponding salary increases. The ladder will be managed at the director and supervisor levels with support and guidance from our human resources team. We look forward to sharing more about this ladder as implementation moves forward and new opportunities open for our facilities team members. Within the Journey to 2030 strategic plan, Henrico commits to recruit, engage, reward, and retain high-quality staff by fostering a workplace that values professional growth. The plan also emphasizes building the capacity of teachers and leaders through professional learning, reflecting a culture where growth is continuous and directly tied to student success. The Career Ladder plays an integral role in bringing this vision to life, ensuring that professional learning continues to shape how we support staff across the division. Looking ahead, the Career Ladder remains a dynamic program designed to respond to the evolving needs of employees. As it continues to advance, we will ensure the voices of the very people it was created to serve are included and elevated in shaping its direction. As we conclude this presentation, we'd like to thank you for your continued support of meaningful, personalized learning and for your commitment to funding the Career Ladders. Through the Career Ladders, we elevate staffs in ways that nurture growth, innovation, and collaboration. The ultimate impact of this investment is seen in our students. By developing our teachers, leaders, and support staff, we create a learning community where employees choose to stay and grow, and where our students are able to thrive, preparing them for the future and moving confidently into their next chapter, whether it is enrolled, enlisted, or employed. Thank you. And at this time, we're happy to answer your questions.
Thanks so much, team. I know we've been excited for the Career Ladders for a long time, and so it's always great to get an update on their successes, but also their expansion. Colleagues, I'll start with Mr. Young.
Thank you, Chair Shay. Madam Chair, there was a clothing line out when I was younger. It was called FUBU. And I'm not sure if anybody is familiar with FUBU, but the acronym stood for Us, By Us. And that's exactly what I think the career ladder is. It's for Henrico County Public Schools and it's by Henrico County Public Schools. And who knows our teachers more than us, right? So I applaud you guys and you all for, just expanding it, making it accessible. Feels like the teachers and administrators are having a good time. Would you say some of the learning is coming from each other as opposed to the instructors?
Much of it. Our greatest power is learning from one another.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that we do where I'm looking at the core values up here because it's facing me where student focus, belonging, collaboration, innovation, and equity are all combined in one thing. So I mean, to meet all of our core values and something that we're putting together for teachers is amazing. Great job, Dr. Hughes, Dr. Weston. Madam Chair, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mr. Irving. Yes, your name is Mr. Young. Thank you, Mr. Young, for your comments. We will now be moving to Mr. Irving.
Yeah, folks, thank you for this update. It's always wonderful to hear. I wish that I myself as a teacher could benefit from this. So I am secretly jealous. Not secretly, I guess, because I'm saying it out loud, but I am jealous that Henrico County has this program, but I do not have access to it. I echo what Mr. Young said about For Us, By Us. I think that's a perfect way to describe the program. And it's wonderful that it's being extended to everybody so that we're inclusive of all professions within the county because they're all trying to do things for our students at the end of the day. So yeah, this is wonderful. I have no questions, but just wanted to reiterate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Young. Now, Ms. Kinsella. Or Mr. Irving. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. It's already been, I don't know. I don't know if I'm okay, Mr. Irving. Thank you for your comments. We're now moving to Ms. Kinsella.
Okay. I agree with the enthusiasm my colleagues have shared. I mean, For Us, By Us. That was really a good one, Mr. Young. I appreciate that. Keeping employees where they want to be. I know for a while when we started this, we were like, Mrs. Shea and I would say, keeping teachers in the classroom, right? They don't want to leave the classroom, but they want to be challenged, they want to learn, and the opportunity to make more money, right? It couldn't be beat. And just the opportunity to grow it like we have. Once again, I know when we were talking about professional learning, I mean, relevant and responsive. And this is, again, in direct response to employee voice, all employees, right? Relevant and responsive. So I'm appreciative of that. I'm appreciative 4 times more likely to remain in the position. Is it in the position or with the company? And in this case, Henrico Schools. What is
Right now, the data we're collecting is in the specific position.
in this specific
And
position?
that's more, the data we have the most on is on our educator because this is the 3rd year of that ladder.
Okay. Well, super proud to have been with this since its inception and just watching it grow. I do have a question regarding when do we expect the 4th pathway to be underway? I know you said you're planning it now for our operations and facilities folks.
So I'm looking at Ms. Balding because they are working with the county side. Correct.
Yes. We'll get you a firm date,
Okay.
but we're trying to mirror we're trying to work closely with our counterparts on the county side because obviously the operations staff has a much different skill set than our educators and our teachers, and we want to make sure that we have professional learning in place that will meet their needs and continue to help them grow. And so we're leaning on our county counterparts to look at how they've outlined their process for professional learning. And we're working with human resources and with.
And Mrs. Bolden was poised to respond with her
So
finger
sorry, I
on the
forgot
mic.
She has the secret. I'm so sorry. Please respond.
Thank you. And actually, we've gotten quite a bit of ways, excuse me, in that pathway, and we have already started. So
Thank you.
that is the simple answer. It's already
This just
started.
in from Mrs.
Hot
Bolden.
off the presses.
Hot off the press.
Very current information. Fantastic. So it's not just under design. It's in motion, in action. So one question just to close out, because I think this really speaks volume. Who else in the country is doing something like this?
To the best of our knowledge, we are the only division in the country that has a career ladder based on professional learning. There are other career ladders that are based on merit, but in our research, in our continued research, we are the only one that's grounded in professional learning with salary compensation.
Great. Thank you so much. Chair Shay.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kinsella. I just get excited every time the career ladder presentations come up. For those of us who have been here a while, we've been hearing about it, 6 years, our whole term. And I know that it started even before that, and then we had to pump the brakes during COVID, but it was really responsive to staff feedback about what they were looking for. And the development and the structure was informed by our staff. And sometimes when we do that, well, all the time when we do that, it takes longer, but it's clearly yielding the fruit of that. So just thank you to your team. Initially, Ms. Kinsella and I have talked about how, at least how we digested the intent was kind of how do we offer career growth and compensation and still keep master teachers in the classroom? Because for some people, moving to administration is not their passion. And so how do we offer them career development and growth and still have them do what they love and what they're great at in the classroom? And, to see that idea, which was very successful, and how it's been able to grow to kind of across all of our sectors is really great. Are there any other full-time groups after ladder number 4 comes on? Does that cover, for the most part, all of our full-time employee groups?
No.
Okay.
Speak to that, do you want me?
Please, I will.
At this point, when you exclude our teachers, and we have identified licensed personnel on grades, and Francine, please jump in if I have this incorrectly, 28, 29, 30, and 31 are included on the educator ladder. For our leader ladder, that only includes school leaders. So we haven't yet looked at, well, we're in the process of looking at our division leaders, but we do not have that plan in place. That's a part of that focus group coming in January. For our classified ladder, that extends to grade 24 at this point. So from 12 to 24, both exempt and non-exempt employees, you're going to find most everyone in those grades for the classified ladder. And this expansion that we're having in January is picking up in that grade range who we did not have prior to.
Excellent. Thanks so much. I've heard so many good things about this. I think one surprise to me has been the enthusiasm from I'll start with teachers because that was the first ladder we rolled out, but teachers who are mid to later in their career, and how many have participated this and shared with me that can be a time in their career where they kind of get comfortable and how they have been doing things for a long time. And that by participating in the career ladder with other educators that share their same passions, it has really continued to ignite the passion for what they do, coming with fresh, energized, new ideas, skills, and excitement to the classroom. And we really want that for all of our employees to feel excited to do what they do. I know for the principals, they have really, really loved their cohort. Some shared that they felt like, I think it was Tuesday nights they go, that they felt like it was kind of like hanging out with their buddies, but also educators they really respect, and getting to, because sometimes being at the top of the pyramid in the building can be a lonely place to be, and not having someone to be able to spitball with and that sort of thing. And so really having a cohort to be able to spitball with and other people they really respect, and how, again, energizing that was as a leader. Not only did they feel like they came away as a better leader, but trying to stem that kind of emotional burnout of the job as well. So many benefits to this. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anything else, colleagues? Thank you. Superintendent, any other items from you at this time?
That concludes items from me.
All right, colleagues, that brings us to unfinished business. I have one unfinished business item I want to circle back on. Any others before I get there? Okay, I wanted to just, in unfinished business, speak to the ongoing boundaries process we're going through, and thank all who came out to the town hall last week. Public input is critical to this process. I know talking with my colleagues, it really has informed, a lot that, one-on-one we've been talking about to understand each other's division or others' districts. The public input has really been critical. So thank you to all who have come out to the town hall. There are 2 more opportunities. They are the same format and the same structure. And at those, you can provide input on any of the proposed scenarios, as well as some of the implementation factors. We will be posting summary reports about the feedback gathered at each of those town halls as well. The survey has had over 1,000 responses as of today and will remain open another 2 weeks. Spanish and Portuguese surveys will be posted to the website later today. Additionally, the board will host a public hearing dedicated to the redistricting topic on October 23rd at 7 p.m. right here in the Newbridge Learning Center auditorium. More details and sign-up information will be posted on the redistricting website. And Dr. Cashwell, I would assume also communicated through Parent Square and all the other communication tools we use. We're also, the division is working on an update to the website as well. We've heard requests from some additional information or clarity on the maps, and so there's some more information forthcoming on that. They have already updated the maps with some additional road labels, and coming soon, a new GIS map feature that families can enter their address into to see to determine if or how they may be impacted by any of the scenarios. Also, a new comprehensive list of all subdivisions impacted by every scenario. The websites, words are tough for me today. The neighborhoods on the website are not exhaustive for each scenario. It's just kind of to give an idea on where it's happening. It's best to look at the actual map. And then also, they'll be adding some additional programmatic information as that is separate from the boundaries decisions. So the boundary decisions are voted on by the board. Our programmatic pieces are worked on by the superintendent and her instruction team, but they impact capacity. And so there will be additional information on things like the Center for Innovation, the middle years IB program, cybersecurity, as well as enrollment and capacity information from the 24-25 school year. So I know we're all very eager to have the enrollment information from the 25-26 school year. That data is based on September 30th membership counts. September 30th is the official membership count for each school this year. And that count will provide us with location information as to which neighborhoods and areas each student lives in within the school zone, which is very important. So I know it's a quick turnaround, but Dr. Cashwell, do you think we would be able to have those September 30th membership counts at the next work session?
You'll have them at the first October work session, yes.
Awesome. So I believe the date of that is October 9th. I know we all look forward to that updated enrollment information. Colleagues, do you have anything else additional you would like to add after we've been engaging with the proposals and the public for the last 2 weeks?
Chair Shea, if I may. Firstly, could you repeat, you said there was going to be a public hearing.
Yes, the public hearing will be, let me make sure I'm saying the date correct, October 23rd at 7 p.m. here in Newbridge. So we'll do our monthly meeting at 6:30. Wrap up by 7 in order to have a public hearing specifically about redistricting.
Okay, and there will be a notice, information about that on the website or via Parent Square or all of the different ways that we're communicating, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for that clarity. And then secondly, I would ask, having heard from my 2017 pocket community of Broad Meadows, I would like to ask my board colleagues to support the removal of the Broad Meadows community, changing their middle school feeder pattern from Holman back to Hungry Creek Middle School. It's just, the community does not wish for it to move forward, and they've asked for us to consider this at this time. So I asked my colleagues for their consideration in removing this from consideration in terms of boundary adjustments.
So colleagues, do you have any concern or opposition to removing the Hungry Creek map proposal? All right,
You
here.
got one question?
Yeah.
It's no capacity issue at either school, correct?
Correct. And actually, this proposed change from Holman, sending them back to Hungry Creek Middle School would have actually raised the capacity higher than other middle schools, right? So thank you for that question. It's a great question.
All right, hearing no concerns, Superintendent, the board asks for you to remove the Hungry Creek Middle School scenario from the proposed scenarios.
We'll make that change and it'll be reflected on the website and other materials.
Thank you. Colleagues, anything else?
Yes, Chair Shay. So I, in conversation with many of my constituents who would have been impacted by the move out of Ridge and into Jackson Davis, so I guess it's known as the Jackson Davis scenario. Given that it was only around 70-ish kids, I've had a chance to speak with almost every family that's impacted, and I would like to ask, out of consideration for them, that we take that scenario off of the table. I've kind of made clear the entire time that with constituents, that this was just a request that we had. It doesn't mean that we supported it one way or another. So I think it's important to be open to feedback from the community, and the feedback has been that these folks are concerned that they're leaving Ridge, would leave Ridge a worse off place, and I think that those are perfectly valid considerations, so I want to offer that up to my colleagues.
Colleagues, any concerns or opposition on this matter? I will add, concerns. So it sounds like there's no concerns or opposition on this. Okay, so Superintendent, if you will also please remove from areas being considered the Jackson Davis Elementary School.
Yes, it removes so that the approximately 70 students who would have moved from Ridge to Jackson Davis.
And also it includes 3 undeveloped parcels from 3 chopped. Okay.
Correct. We'll make that change.
And just on a note from that, with Skipwith, so Skipwith Elementary, it is adjacent to both Davis and Longing that are getting new capacity. So I just encourage us, Superintendent, to look at how we can provide them relief, even if it's not boundary relief, perhaps programmatically next year. I got to spend the day at Skipwith this week. It was the most joyful part of my week for sure, but it became very clear that the number on paper doesn't accurately reflect the building utilization and how they're just all around out of space. And so if we could look at perhaps some programmatic adjustments to provide them some relief next year, since the adjacent schools will have some.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
And I did want to add also, if we have ways to utilize the new Jackson Davis capacity that's programmatic, be that, pre-K or maybe a newcomer program or something of that nature, that would be wonderful.
Similar to our approach for Longin, we can take a look. There are a number of ways we can leverage that capacity and in fact provide relief in other places.
Thank you so much. On the same note, colleagues, I'd like to remove section 4 from the Quioccasin Middle School map. This is the section of students who are zoned for Carver Elementary School. This section can be considered independently without a great impact to the other areas of the map. It was included in order to give Carver the same considerations as the other communities, looking at 100% feeder between elementary, middle school, high school, so they wouldn't have to split between elementary and middle school. That community has given very clear feedback that they prefer to remain split between Pocahontas and Quioccasin. It doesn't impact the viability of the other parts of that map. It can be considered independently. And so I'm recommending we go ahead and remove that. Any concerns or opposition to that? All right, hearing none, Superintendent, we also, as a board, request that you remove section 4 from the Quioccasin map.
Noted.
Excellent. And I'll just note, we'll need to keep an eye on Pocahontas capacity, as this will, I believe this will put them back in the 90%, pending this year's numbers, which I know we're all very excited, very much looking forward to getting in October. But there's also significant development building out in that area and almost 80 additional units approved. So, Mr. Irving, I know that's your school and that you will keep an eye on it. And, it's incumbent on you to determine if, when, how, capacity would need to be relieved in the coming years. Questions, concerns? All right. Anything else on boundary considerations and unfinished business? All right, colleagues, I thank you for all the deep work that's gone on in these last 2 weeks, along with the superintendent's team, but lots of conversations with community members, and, individually between us as we look to have deeper understandings on how we can make not only the best decisions for the 10,000 students in each of our districts, but the 50,000 students of Henrico County Public Schools. Just to remind the community of the timeline, so there will be updates to the website today, and can we get communication out to the community about these actions from this afternoon?
That will work to
Or
release
these
that
updates.
very soon.
Excellent. There's 2 more town halls, September 30th at Highland Springs High School and October 7th at Ace Hermitage. A reminder, all 3 town halls have the same structure, the same information, the same format. The October 9th work session, we'll be taking a look at the new membership numbers. Mid-October, we'll have survey feedback. October 23rd will be a public hearing. November 13th, we will review final proposals. And December 18th, we are scheduled to have final decisions on final proposals. All right. Thanks, Jane. The next item on the agenda is new business. Colleagues, do you have any new business at this time? All right. Hearing none, the final item on the agenda is the announcement of upcoming meeting dates. Our next meeting will be right here at 6:30 in the New Bridge Auditorium for our monthly meeting. This work session is adjourned.